Hey everybody, so I just totally recorded this video twice and didn't put my microphone on, so there was no sound. Alright, so I'm gonna get through a whole bunch of topics that I missed. Week 53 is the 1 year anniversary of GenderqueerChat's, and I choose to talk about the rest of the topics that I missed. So, week 54, genderqueer frustrations. It's mostly frustrating when I have to make any sort of gender choice. Whether it's going to the restroom or whether they're like boys over here, girls over there, or who wants to be a boy or a girl or whatever. And uh, even like even when I have the choice, I don't like making the choice. I like not having to choose which gender I am. So I guess the major frustration is just binary society and how it makes you choose every day. And genderqueer people have to think about this a lot more often than people who don't question their gender identity, and it's just something you don't think about until you're there. So, yeah. Week 55, how do you see your gender in the future? I kind of see it at this point that I'm comfortable, and in the near future, I feel that I'll be comfortable as well, presenting the way that I am, and with my choices that I've made up till now. Um, the only reason I could foresee going back on T is if for some reason, my, my bits decide to, not be happy and I have to get a histo or something like that, you know, anybody with certain parts does, but, yeah, if something like that happens and I have to choose a hormone replacement, it's definitely not going to be estrogen. Um, but other than that, I don't foresee any more surgeries. Totally content at this point. So um, I don't think my gender will really change in the future, but I keep having to rethink how exactly to classify my gender because none of the words that I have been using up to this point still work totally, and I've been trying to think a lot about that lately. So maybe I'll get back to that sometime soon. Um, Week 56 is surgery. I had surgery back in May for my top surgery, and I'm super, super happy with the results, and I'm so glad that I got it done when I did. And, I mean, like, it depends a lot on your body type and stuff like that. So, I mean, I lost a whole bunch of weight before surgery, and, my body changes a lot anyway, so I have trouble with, like, stretch marks and things like that, which has affected my scars, but I mean, that's a small price to pay for not having boobs anymore, so totally worth it. And I mean, it's only been 6 months, so we'll see how the scarring goes once I hit like the year mark. Um, and so far, like I've had like some sort of sensation kind of thing happening. Mostly like uncomfortableness with like the all the nerves reattaching and whatever. Like it'll be like, ah, my nipple hurts, need more lotion, kind of thing. But I mean, the pleasure and pain thin line. So hopefully that'll work out sometime. Um, 57 is gift giving. So I totally missed the boat on the holiday thing, but you guys can go back to my last year's video on gift giving and get some good ideas. Week 57, where do you buy your clothes? I buy my clothes mostly from the thrift store. I'm a big fan of Goodwill and Salvation Army and all of that. An interesting thing is I've gotten a lot more comfortable buying clothes out of both the boys and the girls section. And I've kind of avoided the girls section for a long, long time now. So, I mean, I think a lot of that is just being more comfortable in my gender identity, but I think a lot of that is also just comfortableness regarding my body in general. For me, um, being smaller gives me a lot more opportunities in terms of clothing. Whereas I was wearing like an extra large in women's before, I'm now down to like a medium large and a small medium in boys. So it's a lot easier to shop for clothes. So that helps. Week 58 is the holiday recap. So my holidays were really good. I spent them in Tucson. I had Christmas with myself and Rachel and our roommate and my sister and her boyfriend. So we had like our nice little Christmas here. It was our first Christmas without any parents. But I think it came out really well. And then we went to visit Rachel's parents back in Florida for a little while for Beachica. And then as soon as we got back, we went to San Francisco to perform in a drag show. So fun, fun, fun. Alright, so week 59. How was 2009? For me, 2009 was pretty awesome. I got to work out a lot of my gender stuff. I, um, solidified my my relationship with Rachel. We got domestic partnered. We moved to the desert. I got my surgery done, and I graduated with my first master's. And so it was a really, really good year in terms of wrapping some stuff up and becoming comfortable with myself and trying new things. So that's always good. Week 60, your personal gender heroes. Um, I'm really a fan of the kind of gender bending aesthetic of, like, David Bowie, Annie Lennox, all of those kind of like 80s kind of pop stars and stuff like that. I think that they did a lot for showing the fluidity of gender expression and things like that. And then also more contemporary academics like Kate Bornstein actually, writing about differences in gender identity and speaking about that to people and getting them to think about gender. And then personally, I'm a big fan of this guy named Miko, who has some YouTube videos, and he's my friend on MySpace and stuff. Even though we have never met in person, just reading his blogs about going on T and then off T and stuff like that, they really, really helped me out when I was trying to decide what was the best route for me to take. So I think it's really great that everybody out there in YouTube land are posting their videos about their transitions and their decisions not to transition and different things, because even though you might not realize it, every video might help somebody that had a question about something and contributes to the wealth of knowledge in the queer community. So. And then this week's topic is gender and law enforcement. Um, so it's kind of a weird situation for me because all of my identity documents still say female, and I could change them if I wanted to, but I don't really feel like it at this point. Especially with like Real ID and stuff like that. My birth certificate will never match anything else unless I get a histo, because in New York State I have to get a histo in order to change my birth certificate. So I might as well just keep everything female, because really showing my ID is really a very, very, very small part of my everyday life. I try really hard not to get in trouble. I don't really do anything illegal, and if I do, I don't get caught. So, I try not to anyways. So, I mean, my best strategy is just to try to avoid getting into trouble. And so far I've done a pretty good job. Nobody that I've run into has questioned my gender documents or anything like that, and it's not been a problem. I haven't been harassed or anything. But, I mean, it does make me a little bit wary of authority, because I've heard, the horror stories about, police and gender variant people and things like that. So I'm kind of more cautious, I think, than some people who don't have to think about that. But, I mean, I don't know, I'm a good boy, so I just try not to get in trouble and get into those situations. And, been lucky so far, knock on wood. So, alright, I think that is it for now, and I will catch you guys later. Alright.